Welcome to this special edition of Mars Anomalies. In this presentation, I'll be covering the best evidence I have of pyramids that I've discovered on Mars. This is in a region called Elysium Planitia, and I'll also show you why the Cydonia Institute calls this the Raptor Zone Pyramid Complex. As you know, the alias of my channel is a Raptor Zone. And also, I'll show you some of the anomalies that are featured on documentaries on the History Channel. But I'll also explain to you why I didn't present the anomalies myself and why George Haas from the Cydonia Institute did that on my behalf. The context camera on board the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter photographed this site on 2008 06/08 at a resolution of 5.65 meters per pixel. There's a look at a close-up of the low-res black and white, and we'll be checking out the pyramid as well as the sculpted piece that looks like a raptor, like an eagle head and beak. The site we'll be analyzing is located at roughly 7 degrees 9 minutes north, 148 degrees 30 minutes east, in this region called Cerberus Palus, or also NASA calls it a swamp. This is the actual size of the pyramid, and we can see signs of what I think is water erosion. So if this is a swamp, then water in the distant past could have caused this erosion at the base of the pyramid, and each side of the pyramid measures between 2.5 to 3 kilometers in length. So this is a huge pyramid, folks. I call it the Great Pyramid of Mars. Looks like the apex is flat, very similar to the large pyramid or Great Pyramid in Cairo, where it looks like the capstone is missing. Not that this pyramid had a capstone, folks. It's just very interesting to note the flat surface on the apex. You can clearly see the 4 sides, and then the adjoining part over here reminds me of that which we find at the Pyramid of the Sun in Teotihuacan. Here we're looking at the actual size of what we speculate is a depiction of a raptor head and a beak. Beak over here to the left, the head over here to the right. The structure is approximately 5 kilometers in length. We can also see it looks like water erosion at the base of this structure. And there's a harpy eagle. You can see the similarity. Could be pareidolia, folks, but this is rather intriguing. And George from the Cydonia Institute named this area Raptor Zone based on this discovery. So a shout out to my channel. Thank you, George. The photograph analyzed here was also taken by the context camera on board the MRO on 2008 08/30 at a resolution of 5.46 meters per pixel. And there's a closer look at the anomaly we'll be taking a look at in the low res. This site is slightly to the southeast of the Great Pyramid at roughly 6 degrees, 33 minutes north, 148 degrees, 59 minutes east. And here's the pyramidal structure at actual size, and each side measures approximately 1 kilometer in length. And we can also see possible signs of water erosion. Also, these things look like they were covered in water at a point in time, and then silt settled on them, the water drained away. We're left with these highly eroded, possibly silt covered anomalies. Get the circular depression over here as well, right there in the center of this side. And it also has this part extending out the middle of the one side. And again, we can compare it to a pyramid similar to the Pyramid of the Sun. And there it is at 2 times original size. Looks like this part caved in. I wonder what could have caused this circular depression. It's very intriguing. The context camera photographed this on 2008, 08/17 at 5.5 meters per pixel. And there's a closer look at the anomaly we'll be analyzing. The site we'll be analyzing is located to the north of the rover Curiosity and down to the south from the InSight lander, roughly at coordinates 2 degrees 29 minutes south, 137 degrees 3 minutes east. And there is what I speculate to be a very eroded face, the 2 eyes and the nose. And this whole part is approximately 5 kilometers in length. And there's a look at the face in Cydonia. Also have the same outline. Check out the shape, the symmetry and geometry of this piece is also rather intriguing. Here's the Cydonia Institute website, and I'll include all the reference links in the video description so you can go and check these things out for yourselves. And we'll be looking at this journal that George wrote called the Raptor Zone Complex. So independent researcher and technical specialist located in South Africa, Jean Ward, posted an article on his Raptor Zone blog, Cydonia 2.0, a Mars MRO epic. This was way back in 2018, and after viewing these anomalies, George decided to write this journal, and we collaborated on some of the detail in this article. So go check it out. It's a very interesting read. George went into a lot of trouble in this article, a lot of detail that I'm not covering in this feature. This journal was also featured on The Unexplained with William Shatner. George Haas presented the anomalies in that documentary. And here's a look at the write-up for the face. And I call it the Chewbacca face. It looks very furry. Not that it is, folks, but yeah, it reminded me of Chewbacca. Early in 2018, independent researcher Jean Ward proclaimed he found a new face nestled among pyramidal formation, much like the complex found in Cydonia. There's a crop from the MRO HiRISE CTX image showing a three-sided pyramidal formation, a foot and a face that Ward calls Chewbacca. This is from The Unexplained with William Shatner, Season 3, Episode 7. And you'll know George Haas actually presents the information about these anomalies. What happened was, way back in the lockdown, A&E from the History Channel approached me to do a documentary about some of the anomalies that are discovered on Mars and in Antarctica. We did a couple of Zoom interviews. I signed all the paperwork. You know what it's like, bureaucracy, red tape. But then for some other reason, the show was cancelled. So when the History Channel approached me again to take part in this documentary and others, I declined because I wasn't prepared to go through all that trouble again. So George, because he's familiar with my work, presented the information on my behalf. Let's have a look at an update I have for you regarding the strange structure that I found in Cerberus Palus. This is from a disrupted blocky outcrop in Cerberus Palus, acquired on the 1st of June 2010 at 55.6 centimeters per pixel. There's a look at the low-res black and white, and the anomaly is located over there to the left. It's over here to the north of Cerberus Palus at 8 degrees 10 minutes north, 149 degrees 25 minutes east. And there we're looking at the anomaly 1-to-1 scale, and it measures about 25 by 25 meters per side. Let's take a close-up look. And initially I didn't know quite what to compare it to, but then I found this structure in the coastal desert of Peru, Chankillo. Check out the outer wall and can just make out what looks like an inner wall. Very similar to this structure. We also have the circular part in the center. So I thought I'd quickly do an update for you guys and girls regarding this anomaly. We're in Google Earth Mars, zooming down to Elysium Planitia. And the first anomaly is that huge face. We have rover Curiosity here near Mount Sharp in Gale, and up to the north, about 120 kilometers up to the north, we have the face. I'm going to switch on the CTX mosaic so we can actually zoom in close and see the detail and also do some measurements. So there's the depiction of what I think is a face. and it measures about 5 kilometers in length. And this area, the Cydonia Institute calls the Chewbacca outpost. So let's go up to the pyramids. We have the InSight lander up to the north. Then we get to this spot. So much is going on here, folks. Right, so let's have a look at the Great Pyramid. You can see each side measures between 3 and 2.5 kilometers per side. And then the Raptor head roughly 5 kilometers in length. And this, the Cydonia Institute calls the Raptor Zone complex. Let's have a look at that strange structure. It's located over here to the west. Right, let's quickly have a look at the last pyramid. It's down to the southeast. And it measures about 1.2 to 1 kilometer per side. I hope you enjoyed this special edition. I look forward to reading your comments and analysis. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye for now.